So, good evening, everyone. But don't you think there are a lot of branded residents in the market? Some of them feel like a gimmick, something like a watch brand. Some are associating themselves with football teams. But do you think those kind of brands stand a chance?
Brand integration is also a very important thing. We can't just pick up a brand and without integrating it properly. For example, if you spoke about a watch brand, I think it's not my project, but I think it's a beautiful looking clock tower. So the integration into architecture is very well. You create a landmark building.
What if I am a buyer? Why should I choose a branded residence or a branded apartment over a non-branded one, knowing the fact that there are big developers in the city, sometimes don't do their branded residences and they are a sellout always?
There are two ways to look at it. A simple answer is, why should I buy branded clothes? I could just go to a tailor and stitch. Brands add certain credibility, certain standards. Partnering with a brand pulls the brand's credibility and standards into the product.
So, good evening, everyone. Today at Union Square House, we have somebody really, really special. It is somebody who, with his hard work, dedication, and passion, has made a dent in the skyline of Dubai. It is somebody I know for the past 18 years. It is somebody who introduced me to real estate. It is somebody who wants to believe he's the real in real estate. It is somebody whose initials, OG, were a thing before OG was a thing. It is my pleasure to invite my best friend and somebody who knows the industry like a back of his hand, Omar Gull.
Nalin, thank you for the kind words. Makes me feel very old.
Weeks?
Know you for 19 years. That's a long time.
No, this is,
It's my pleasure to be here.
I put in a lot of hard work because you paid me to, give such a kind introduction.
You had to do that.
Thank you so much. Okay. So, Omar, welcome to Union Square House once again. You were here in the morning, you were here in the afternoon, and you're here again. How does it feel?
Union Square House feels like home.
It feels like home?
Yeah.
Does it feel crowded sometime?
No, never.
Okay. So, let's start with the interview, or I would say the podcast. How is the market looking like? Because what is the pulse of the market? Because whenever I speak with anybody, everybody thinks that, the market is going to crash. What are your thoughts?
No, definitely there is no crash. What has happened in the market is fragmentation of business. 5 years ago, MR had more than 50% of market share. With market going up, more and more developers coming in. There are, if I'm not wrong, about 550 developers with thousands of projects in the market right now. Business is consistently growing as we see from the data, but it's fragmented. Instead of 50 players, there are now 500 players sharing the entire market at the moment.
Correct.
So there are no overnight sales of the project. It requires a little bit of work, but still it's very healthy. Majority of the projects that launch sell within the first 3 to 6 months. Even with developers who do not have any track record, who are absolutely new with their first project, they're able to sell their projects within 3 to 6 months. So it's clearly very healthy. And then comes the supply demand point of view. Last year, the data was there were about 160 to 180,000 people that came to Dubai. And against the scheduled delivery of 70,000 units, 32,000 units were delivered. That's a housing. If you put 2.5% per house, that's almost 75,000 houses required. But so 75,000 do get the accommodation in the 30,000 houses. But the remaining 120,000 or 110,000 that came were actually an oversupply. And it looks like the same is going to happen this year. Just because past couple of years we've sold 90,000, 100,000 units, but there has been consistent population increase. So as long as we maintain the consistent population increase, which looks like it will, once the deliveries happen in 27, 28, we will have enough people to move into those houses. So
you were saying it will get absorbed.
There is currently more people than the houses being delivered. And normally what happens in this case is there's steady demand for buying. Even let's assume supply increases a little bit. It's not going to suddenly become 50% occupancy rate. So what's going to happen is rents may stress a little, but the prices wouldn't. So it looks like price per square foot will keep increasing. We may see rental stress, but it wouldn't go down. It will just remain stable.
So either the market will plateau or it is just going to go up.
No, it wouldn't plateau. It'll keep growing. The cost of labor is growing. The cost of land is growing exponentially. The price at which we sell is a function of the land price. And land this year it alone has grown about 30-35%. So when you have to buy land, it's one of the fundamentals to become a developer. So you can't expect prices to plateau.
Correct.
Prices are bound to go up. Rents may stagnate or plateau.
Okay. So you are somebody who started your career with Damac, at least in Dubai.
In Dubai, yes, I
Yes,
started.
you
with
started with Damac, then you moved to Emaar, you raised the bar even higher when you joined Dubai Holding. So a little personal question. What happened? What was the reason, or what was the eureka moment for you to start CLEDOR as your own thing?
I honestly wanted to become a developer ever since I was in real estate back in India. I was working for JLL and Kolte Patil, which is one of the largest companies in India. But because getting into development has massive entry barriers. It requires a lot of money to buy land. I was lucky enough to have hyper growth in my career, to reach positions where people trust me with their money in order to raise enough money to do developments. And this only happened because Dubai was also growing. So let's assume I was not in a growing market. I was in a plateaued market or an uncertain market.
Correct.
Then I wouldn't even have been able to become a developer. So being in Dubai and then definitely working for the largest companies here did add to the profile. But being in Dubai, which was consistently growing, allowed me to become a developer. I've already launched about 2 billion dirhams of real estate with another 2.5 in pipeline for the next 6-8 months. That's more than $1 billion in 2.5 years. This wouldn't have been possible if I was not in Dubai.
So when you plan any project, what is the first seed that goes into your mind? Let's say you have to plan a project. What is the first thought that comes to your mind?
It's a philosophy with which we work at CLEDOR. In every micro market that we make the best looking, best spec'd product, and we try and create value. We are not really profit centric right now. So we try and make sure that whoever buys gets good rental yield, has a room for capital appreciation. So, but having said that, we still give the best spec and the best good looking building in that particular micro market.
So, okay, in your past few projects that you have done and the projects that you're doing right now as well, you are a firm believer of branded residence. That is what I personally feel. But don't you think there are a lot of branded residents in the market? Some of them feel like a gimmick, something like a watch brand. Some are associating themselves with football teams. But do you think those kind of brands stand a chance?
Brand integration is also a very important thing. We can't just pick up a brand and without integrating it properly. For example, if you spoke about a watch brand, I think it's not my project, but I think it's a beautiful looking clock tower. So the integration into architecture is very well. You create a landmark building. Now, certain brands are able to integrate into the services, which is the hospitality brands. Certain brands produce furniture, which is more of lifestyle.
Correct.
And certain add to architecture. And yes, some people do not know or are not able to rightly blend the brand into the architecture or the product, but that's a developer fault. Branded, everything works. We could still go to a tailor and stitch clothes, and malls shouldn't have been there.
Correct.
But malls exist, brands exist, and people pay heavy premium for those brands. Same goes for real estate. We can buy non-branded, but there is actually nothing like non-branded because the developer's brand is also a brand. And then when a developer collaborates with a fashion brand, a hospitality brand, an automobile brand, a watch brand, or any other brand, it's the developer's responsibility to integrate the brand into the product.
So you've spoken about, perspective from a developer's point of view, okay? What if I am a buyer? Why should I choose a branded residence or a branded apartment over a non-branded one, knowing the fact that there are a lot of big developers in the city who sometimes don't do their branded residences and they are a sellout always?
There are two ways to look at it. A simple answer is, why should I buy branded clothes? I could just go to a tailor and stitch. That's the simpler answer. Brands add certain credibility, certain standards. So partnering with a brand pulls the brand's credibility and standards into the product. So even the largest developers in the market have done branded products, both hospitality, fashion, and automobile, all three categories. And sometimes they've done non-branded. So not every product fits a brand. So it also, that's what I said. So the importance is that one should be able to integrate the brand into the product. If there is no integration, then there is no point bringing the brand into the product.
And what are the key elements? So when you select a brand to be associated with a product or project, then what are the key elements as a developer you look for, and as a client who's buying, what are those key elements you will be looking for?
See, the first product that I worked on, we had branded ceramics. So actually, the brand was integrated all over architecture.
Okay.
Wall cladding, bathrooms, flooring, it was all branded. And then I'm a big fan of hospitality brands because it gives hotel-like services, help in short-term rental, concierge services, valet, etc., and a la carte housekeeping services, etc. So I'm a fan of hospitality, but every product doesn't fit hospitality. And sometimes you just need to uplift the look and feel of the product. So if the look and feel uplift is required, a fashion brand or an automobile brand works really well. But the moment we require enhancement of lifestyle, a hospitality brand works perfect.
So another question to add some more angle to this perspective. Dubai is generally known for luxury. You are somebody who's making branded residences, again in a luxury category. Do you and you raised a very valid point that the population is increasing, things will get absorbed. Do you think Dubai will ever see affordable housing as a segment in future, in coming time?
Actually, we do have affordable housing. It's not in Dubai. In Sharjah and Ajman services affordable housing of Dubai. So it does exist. It's just geographically in Sharjah and Ajman. But because the cities are not very far, so the low-cost housing, the low-cost rentals do exist in Sharjah and Ajman.
Okay.
Having said that, yes, Dubai rentals are high, prices are high, but I wouldn't put all of Dubai into luxury. I would say Dubai is from mid-segment to premium to luxury. But yeah, there is no low-cost housing. There are no low rental units available across majority of Dubai, barring one or two micro markets. And that's where Sharjah and Ajman, which are the neighboring cities, service and provide the affordable rental options to the workforce of Dubai.
You mentioned Ajman, you mentioned Sharjah, but there are other areas, other sectors which are, coming up in Dubai. Let's say, south of Dubai, there's an entire story around it. There's the airport, there's an exhibition center. But what do you think are the new areas which customers or investors should focus on?
See, if Dubai was a country that had organically become big and not with the efforts that have been put into the country, it would have grown coastally. Dubai and Abu Dhabi naturally should have joined by now. Along Sheikh Zayed Road, it should have happened. So there's a natural tendency for these two cities to combine. How Sharjah and Dubai have already combined.
Right.
Sharjah and Ajman have combined on the other side. So Sharjah and Abu Dhabi have a natural tendency to combine. South is probably 30 minutes from Abu Dhabi, so it kind of services both cities. So if I'm living in South, which could be Palm Jebel Ali, which could be Expo City, which could be Ibar South, Dubai South, I'm 30-40 minutes from Abu Dhabi. So technically I'm at the cusp of two cities. Two of the largest cities in the region, 30 minutes each, the downtown of each 30 minutes away. I think it's a stunning location. And city is going to grow that side.
You mentioned Abu Dhabi. For the last 6 months, there has been a lot of chatter about Abu Dhabi. Do you think Abu Dhabi is slowly getting into the race, or probably it's a few steps ahead if we look at in the long term?
I wouldn't say ahead for sure, but Abu Dhabi is a different kind of market. It didn't have a lot of freehold. Dubai started freehold earlier. Then Abu Dhabi started with small pockets. Now suddenly larger set is freehold.
Okay.
It has lesser traffic compared to Dubai at the moment. It has more wealth compared to Dubai at the moment. It's a lot of hedge funds are moving into Abu Dhabi. It remains a wealth capital as well as wealth capital of the country. Abu Dhabi is priced rightly. It is not as much marketed as Dubai, but I think it has fundamentals equally as good as Dubai. And someday in the future, probably with the rail, with more highways, these two cities are gonna join together. So it's going to be twin cities in multiple countries in the world. Many cities are kind of adjoined.
Yep.
So you're not sure which, like we replace one by other. For example, if I have to talk about India, we talk about NCR, National Capital Region.
Correct.
Technically, capital is Delhi, but on one side it is attached to Gurgaon, another side Faridabad, another side Noida. So all of them have become Delhi for us.
Correct.
Similarly, these two are going to combine, and the center point of these two is going to be the focal point, where you're 20-25 minutes from Al Maktoum Airport, you're 20-25 minutes from Abu Dhabi Airport, you're 40 minutes from downtown Dubai, you're 35 minutes from Yas Island, which is more of cultural center of Abu Dhabi. And with Etihad Rail coming in, probably this 35-minute of drive would be 10 or 15 minutes of train ride.
You forgot air taxis and Hyperloop.
Air taxis and Hyperloop, I still think are a little far-fetched, and I'm not really aware of where they've reached. I do not study that technology much. But either ways, the cities are very close to each other. So the center of these two cities is an important area to look at.
I remember talking to you one day and you told me that, the question to you at that time was, do you think casino in Ras Al Khaimah is going to be a big game changer? And that time you told me that there's a bigger story brewing up in Abu Dhabi, and that is the Disneyland. What do you have to say about that?
Casino was really well marketed because everybody was anticipating casino. Disney has more footfall than any casino. Disney has wealthier footfall. The entire family goes there. It supports not just entertainment ecosystem. It also, Disney supports lifestyle ecosystem of the entire family, whether it's young kids, teenagers, younger families, older families. Disney fits in everyone. I think Disney as a news, if not bigger, is at least as big as Wynn Casino, but it's not marketed so much. So that's a really big win. And now cause open, museums, Ferrari. Abu Dhabi is doing everything on point.
Okay. You also use the word technology. And I know for a fact that you are somebody who has been propagating the thing that technology is going to change this industry as well, real estate. What do you think is going to be the new technologies in the coming time which are going to change the real estate as an industry?
See, first of all, you spoke about air taxis. So to build real estate, we need infra, road, water, and electricity. Electricity becoming modular with generators, water is transportable, and groundwater water treatment plants are created. If air taxis are created, we are not bound by location. Then we can be in the middle of nowhere and build a house there and just reach anywhere else.
Correct.
So the infra requirement is going to drop down. So the location dynamics are going to change. People are going to be able to go farther and live farther rather than everybody wanting to stick closer to downtown of each city in the world. That comes from the infra point of view. Then from the construction technology point of view, we will see currently there's still a lot of prefab, precast, modular construction going on around the world. Buildings come up in 10-12 days, but they're not most livable yet. But we'll see a huge change in that. So we will see buildings getting ready in 10, 15, 20 days, very livable, and those same buildings being movable also. So that will decrease the life cycle. Currently, we need to wait 3 years to make the building, 2 to 3 years. All the money remains in escrow for a long time. IRR drops down. So with this 15-20 day turnaround, developers could deliver more units, more quick, use lower dependency on the market fluctuations because it's quick. You build now, mortgage it now, sell it now. Off-plan sales would more likely start reducing in the much, much, much later future, not immediately, once this construction technology picks up. Then comes from the selling point of view, sales and marketing point of view. I think AI will be a game changer. So far, it's in a very nascent stage. It's helping calling, it's helping in automating of messages, it's helping to sort data. But it will go way, way, way more ahead. I'm not a technology philosopher, but I think AI would reach a stage where we wouldn't be able to sell or market without AI. That's what internet did post-newspaper era. And I think AI is going to do that along with the internet era.
You're known for something as your distribution network. Do you think AI is going to disrupt the brokerage industry, or is it going to, and when I say disrupt, it can be, helping them as well?
Disruption for sure, but helping them. I don't think middleman ever is replaced. For example, if we talk about fast moving categories and consumer durable, everybody says Amazon killed the traditional trade. It didn't. Amazon just became a trader.
Yeah.
It just became the platform. It became the middleman.
Yeah.
So it was just a new way
And
to
it,
do
on the contrary, increased the reach.
Yeah, it enabled the other smaller manufacturers to go online, smaller producers, smaller brands to go there and have a global reach. Something similar is going to happen. But again, it's a very traditional industry. It's a very high-ticket industry. It's a very serious industry. So technology adaptation takes much longer than any other industry.
Are you building something in that sector?
No, nothing yet.
Nothing.
I'm purely focused on real estate development at the moment. Nothing in prop tech.
Okay. When it comes to real estate, what, according to Omar Gull, is value? How do you perceive value? Is it price per square feet? Is it payment plan? Why I'm asking is that, let's put it in a perspective of a client who is buying. What do you tell them? What should be the value they should perceive?
See, first thing is location. The fundamental of real estate is location. You need to decide which location you want to do. Location should have enough drivers to sustain the demand or increase the demand. Schools, colleges, malls, workforce nearby, recreational activities nearby, infrastructure nearby. So location remains the primary. Then for each location, there's a price per square foot trade-off. We really cannot put a thumb rule to it. And that's why it's a tough industry to automate, because each product operates on its own. In Business Bay alone, we have product between 1,200 dirhams a square foot to probably 12,000 dirhams a square foot. That's a huge gap.
Yes.
But it's where, does it have water? Is it managed by a brand? What are the specifications? What's the view? There are too many variables in real estate. We cannot just pick it up with one dimension. And I wish there was a simple thumb rule, but there is no thumb rule. It takes a lot of due diligence and understanding to pick up a right product.
Okay. Do you remember the first property you ever sold?
I've been lucky. Honestly, I was throughout my career was marketing. I became marketing head, then transitioned into sales head role. So if I have to actually pick up a property that I sold was
The first one, the very first one.
one of the buildings in MR Beachfront. Those days, MR Beachfront always sells very fast still. And those days, there was shortage of waterfront properties across Dubai. So we sold, I think, 2 towers in a day.
That was the first thing that
when I did as the head of sales of MR. First launch.
Did you ever interact with any client face to face that time?
I have interacted with thousands of clients. I'm still in touch with. I've remained in touch with most people I've worked with. So, in fact, those are the people who still come back to me, invest with me, take my guidance, even if they don't invest with me. So, I've been lucky enough to be in touch with majority of the bulk clients that I've had during my career.
So, did you ever face this question or feedback from the client? I'll ask my wife and come back.
In India, yes, I did hear this a lot. But in Dubai, it's a fast-paced environment. Even if by the time you make a phone call and somebody answers, the product is gone.
True,
as long as
that's
it's
true.
a good product.
That's true.
So there's no time. Everybody needs to do all preparation, all research before launch.
No,
And there is enough information before launch to be able to know if you want to buy or not buy.
very interesting, topic you've raised, and I would really want you, as an insider in one of the top developments in Dubai, to please, educate us and at least to our clients or whoever wants to invest in Dubai, that why it is important to do the homework and why, when the agents say that it is going to get sold out, hurry, it is actually going to happen.
See, the thing is, a lot of times agents also missell and lie. So not every time every project sells over in hours or days. But yeah, with larger, especially government brands, with their waterfront properties, with their villa communities, with their new community launches or any novelty product, they're able to sell within seconds. So yes, everybody needs to be prepared much in advance to be willing to invest. Anyways, 80% of the people who buy in Dubai buy to rent. So floor plans and layouts don't really matter to them. So if MR, Damak, Dubai Holding, Shoba, they're making any product, of course they're going to have decent layout. and most buyers are gonna eventually rent it out or resell. They're not gonna live themselves. That's actually the statistic of the market. Other than few larger units, villas, 3-bedroom units, penthouses, which skew more towards end use. So know where you want to buy, which developer you want to buy, and as long as price fits, take the decision quick. Really, don't waste a lot of time. And I know a lot of people who kept missing opportunities and hence didn't make as much money as they could if had they taken decisions earlier.
So you mean speed is very vital when it comes to decision making. If the homework is done, just
Yeah.
okay.
Research needs to be done before
Research needs to be okay. Perfect. Okay. One last thing before we end this. As you mentioned, currently the Dubai real estate market is booming. It is doing really well. From your lens, what do you think? Where do you see Dubai in the next 5 to 10 years? More traffic, more people.
Traffic, I like traffic. Traffic is an indicator of good real estate. It's an indicator of population. I don't know why people whine about traffic. Traffic is a great thing. Every time I see cars, the more cars I see, the happier I am, and the more I thank my Lord for bringing so many people here so that we can sell real estate to them. In general, I always ask a question. If you're a rich person who has disposable income and wealth, if not Dubai, then where? Where do you go? Europe, heavy taxes, declining market, crime. America with the problem of homelessness, again high taxation, and again rigid visa policies, so not possible for everybody to go. Far East, a massive language and cultural barrier, and then again entry point being very expensive in the developed Eastern countries, and then Southeast Asia with its own, it's still emerging economies with its own problems, some of them with fluctuating political situations. Dubai is the most stable place in the world. It's safe, it's secure, it has best infra, it provides great lifestyle. In terms of price per square foot compared to majority of the world, it's still not very expensive. It's rather cheap. And whether you are somebody who's come to do his first job in Dubai or you're a billionaire who's moved here, Dubai gives you the best life. So if not Dubai, then where? If I have to recommend anybody with a family to move anywhere, Dubai. It has everything at the moment. There's no better place in the world right now other than Dubai. The only drawback is a little bit of temperature fluctuation, but each city has their own weather issues. Some are too cold, some are too hot, some are too humid, some are too rainy. So a few months of summer doesn't really hurt. We have ACs at the end of the day.
Correct. So again, the same question. Where do you see Dubai real estate in the next 5 to 10 years?
I'm gonna be very poetic about it, and I see whatever the 2030, 2040 plan is, I see something better than that being delivered. I really see Dubai continuing to remain the best city to live in, to invest in, to work in, to holiday in. I do not see an alternative coming up anywhere in the world. And in one of the symposiums, somebody said the next renaissance is going to be in the Middle East. Saudi is going to be a part of it. Qatar is going to be a part of it. Bahrain is going to be a part of it. Oman is going to be a part of it. Dubai is definitely at the forefront of it. And I'm a true believer of that. Somehow all of them are are setting up an example of governance for the whole world. And we are ahead in technology at the moment. AI investments are super high here. AI infra is being built here. Data center infra is being built here. Space tech is on top. Real estate is doing very good. Luxury brands which used to launch all their collections from France or Italy are now actually launching collections in Dubai. So there's a paradigm shift, and Dubai is leading that paradigm shift. And I see Dubai just becoming better and better with each passing year.
Well, thank you so much for coming down to our office, speaking with us, and sharing your thoughts about how the real estate sector and how Dubai is going to perform. What are your thoughts about it? And all the viewers who are watching this episode, the show, do let us know what your thoughts are. Please hit the comment button, hit the like, subscribe, and share button, and do follow us. Thank you so much for watching the show.